What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are here for episode 8 of our Formula 1 24 driver career mode. We are at the Red Bull Ring. It is race number 8, I believe, of 14, so we're way past the halfway mark at this point, and we have a pretty commanding lead of the Drivers' Championship right now, and we're going to look here to further that lead to just secure ourselves a spot in Formula 1. Now, if you guys have not seen the last video, be sure to hit the link up top and go watch that. It was a great race in Spain. We came away with the win, and we are looking to repeat that performance here in qualifying on these super soft tires. Very short lap. I think this is one of the shortest laps on the calendar, and we are out here just burning some fuel. That's why we're on lap 5 in this qualifying. I still don't know why you can't change the fuel load. For some reason in Spain, in the last video when I went out, we were using 2 laps of fuel instead of like 15, so it was like kind of a normal qualifying, but once again we came out on like 12 laps of fuel, so we had to burn some. And then once the tires started to kind of fall off, I've decided to go for the push lap. So that's why we're currently sitting in P22. We haven't put up an actual lap yet. Our teammate Versure up in P18 right now. He put up a hot lap. It wasn't great. His season has not been great whatsoever. I still think he's sitting at 12 points. And as it currently stands, in the driver rankings, or driver standings, we are about 60 points ahead of Frederik Vesti, so we're on good pace here to win the Drivers' Championship. Not too worried about that at this point in the season, but we crossed the line after our first hot lap, and we're only in P4 with a 114.8. We are a few hundredths of a second off of Victor Martins. You can see there in the top left, he put up a 114.87. So I think we can do a little bit better, maybe even go for pole here as we round the first corner, up a tenth, almost 2/10 of a second. Now, we did opt for a lower or higher downforce setup, not a lower downforce setup. So our top speed in the straights is going to be pretty affected here. We do lose a little bit of time down the straights, but we do make up for it with our cornering speed, especially through sector 3, because there's a lot more, I guess, heavier braking zones. But with the DRS on this track being very powerful, we're gonna have to look to create a gap in those corners to the other drivers, because if we get caught on the straights without DRS, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. But as we round the first corner here in sector 3, we're just about even with our time. We lost some time at the end of sector 2 there, and then down the straight gain a little bit. We're gonna have to really push it through the final 2 corners. We did, I will admit, go a little wide there, but the FIA doesn't say anything. We crossed the line 2/10 up on that previous lap, and we put up the fastest lap of the session with the 114.6, and that will be good enough for pole position. We're also going to secure those extra 2 points for getting pole position. We're going to be starting in front of the Frenchman of Théo Pourchaire and Victor Martins. We will be starting behind them in the sprint race, and let's get right into that. All right, another pole position to add to our stat line here as we are starting in P10 for the sprint race behind Théo Pourchaire, Victor Martins, Ollie Bearman, De Bruvala, Hauger, and I think a few other drivers. We are going to be looking to maximize our points on the weekend, get through the grid. We are in Austria, so there's going to be a lot of action in front of us. There's going to be a lot of action behind us. As Mark just said, we're also looking at some potential rain in this session, maybe about halfway through this race. So we're going to keep an eye up on the clouds above us, see if that storm starts to gather, and then we might have some pit strategy playing a factor in this race. I've got Maini Duan behind us, and we have now, after that qualifying session, brought ourselves to a 72 overall, because we got that pole position. So lots and lots of points for us there. And we are going to be looking to get to close to 73 probably by the end of this weekend overall. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. But as we approach the grid here, we're going to need a good start. And I'm going to try and rip it, hopefully around the outside of turn 1. Everyone tries to dive into the apex of turn 1, so that usually leaves a little bit of space around the outside, kind of similar to Spain. But let's get on the grid here, and let's see how many spots we can get here in the sprint race before the rain comes. All right, here we go for the Austrian sprint race. We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway here. A little bit of wheel spin to start, but that's fine. Miney actually gets a good start as well. Now, I don't think we're going to be going up the outside or around the outside, as there's a lot of traffic here. Somehow we get out scot-free without any contact with a wheel with Victor Martins. Oh no, Miney actually, sorry. Martins is behind us. And we're going to see here. Miney's going to go to the inside, so we're going to stick to the outside. Oh my god, we almost have contact with Theo Pouchere. A lot of traffic. And we have not gained any spots here. So, a little bit of a challenge, it looks like, to try and rip it through this field. Miney chasing Pouchere. We're chasing Miney. See if we can go for a little cheeky dive bomb down the inside of turn 4. And we are wheel to wheel with Miney once again, but he's going to get the better exit. Get out in front. And we got to be careful with that dirty air here. We want to preserve the tires as much as we can. Oh, and out of the final corner, we're right on Miney's rear diffuser here. And he actually is getting a little bit. How's he going fast on this? We might have a lower downforce or higher downforce setup than him. And we're going to rip it around the outside of Miney. A little bit shaky on the exit. That allows him to go side by side with us through turn 3, or turn 2, all the way down to turn 3. He will have that inside lane. And let's see if we can outbrake him here and go around the outside. It's nice and late on the brakes. A little trail brake. And we're going to get right past Miney. We need to get within DRS range of Pouchere. Oh, actually, we are within DRS range of Pouchere. So we will have DRS. But the DRS train is definitely going to be forming here. As everyone still seems pretty close. Just 2 laps into the race. No one's really spread out just yet. Let's see. We might get a little bit of a chance here to send it right down the inside on Pouchere. We just slam on the brakes. Get that inside line. Holy crap. What an overtake. As we actually kind of shove Pouchere wide. But we're going to get past him up into P8. And this is probably one of our worst starts in a sprint race. Usually we get a bunch of overtakes done before we really even get down to turn 1. Or at least through turn 1. We got at least 3 to 4 overtakes this time. We did not get any overtakes whatsoever, so we're actually grinding all the way from P10. No head start, really, from the race start. And we are now tracking down to Ruvula. Seeing if we can drop Pouchere as well, because he will have DRS. We are going to have DRS onto Ruvula, but Pouchere's a little bit closer, so his toe will be a little bit stronger, which means he does have a chance at overtaking us still. And I take that all back, because through the final few corners in Sector 3, where we are a lot quicker, we gap Pouchere by almost a second, and we put up the fastest lap of the race as well. So we're looking good here. That means we're pretty fast. Our pace is pretty good. We're just caught in a little bit of traffic now that we got to see if we can work our way through. We're going to see here if we can just dive bomb to Ruvula, go later on the brakes, abuse the traffic up front, and he turns right into us. A little bit of wheel contact, and he's going to stay out in front here, but we're not going to give up. We're going to go for that dive bomb down to turn 4. I think we'll have enough space. We just got to be a lot later on the brakes than he is. And once again, wheel to wheel, and we're going to bump him back this time. And we are now going to get out in front. I think we brought out a yellow flag a little bit, or is that someone else on track? I'm trying to see. But then we got Behrman up next in P6. This traffic going to turn 3 helping me out a lot. I see the 2 leaders of this race, Vesti, and I'm not sure who the other driver was, but they're battling it out for that first spot. And I think that's what's causing all this traffic here, because there's not enough to go 3 wide through most of these corners. Everyone kind of has to back off a little bit, unless someone wants to be really ballsy. That's allowing us to stay with the pack here, and then we're also a little bit quicker, or sorry, not a little bit quicker, we're a lot quicker than the other drivers through Sector 3. So we're really close in. We grab the DRS, and then we are able to get these moves done. So far we've made 3 of them, and we're trying to make a few more. I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to get it onto the podium at this pace, unless something really dramatic up front happens. I think we can get past Behrman and Novalak. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time to get past whoever's in front. Oh, a little bit of a snap there. But yeah, you see right through the final 2 corners, we get right on Ollie Behrman's rear axle. We're going wheel to wheel now, and he's going to cover us off. Alright, so we got Ollie Behrman still in P6. We got a yellow flag out. Is someone going slow up front? Oh my god, Watson's going slow and he goes right across the race line. That leaves us, that leaves Ollie Behrman exposed to me. We're actually able to get past him through the final corner. Wasa out of the session. And I think he caused Behrman to slam on the brakes a little bit of a, what would you even call that? Like a dangerous exit off the track? Oh my god, he was right in the race line. And Ollie Behrman slams on the brakes. That allows us. We have to slam on the brakes a little bit too. But that allows us to get past Behrman up into P6. A little bit of a dirty overtake, but Behrman is fighting back here as we try to close him into turn 3. We're going to get a better exit out of turn 3 here. And then Behrman, with the DRS, he's able to get past us again. Let's see, we're just going to go down the inside here, get those elbows out. A little bit of a nudge on Behrman. He gets tied up with Daruvla now. And then there's another driver there as well fighting for position. And we need to close in here because we're out of DRS range now of Novalak. So let's see, with 4 laps to go, can we get close to the podium? We're going to need some really good laps here because we're also avoiding DRS from Daruvla. So we are heading towards the final lap here. We're getting caught in Novalak's dirty air, but I think we are gonna get past him here, as like I said, through the penultimate corner and the final corner as well. We just are way quicker. Oh, we cut it across the track there. Okay, I'm gonna give Novalak that for now. We're gonna be clean here. We got one last chance to get past this Novalak, but it doesn't make it easy through those final 2 corners. It's not really an overtaking spot. So he just holds me up right at the perfect time for me not to get through. If we just decide to be dirty and cut across the track there, we would have gotten past him, but we did not do that, and maybe we can go for a dive bomb here. Oh my god, someone else locked up. Leclerc locks up. He loses out to Hauger. Oh, and I hit neutral. No! Oh, come on. So I hit neutral out of turn 3. And Novalak's able to get the power down way quicker than I do because of that mistake, and that might cost us a podium. That could have been a chance there to jump past Vesti, maybe even Leclerc. He locked up, lost out to Hauger, and Hauger, if he can get through these final few corners unscathed, then he's looking at a sprint win here, and it looks like for us, it's going to be a P5. Oh my god, we almost lost it there. We almost lost it. Through turn, what is that, turn 7? Oh, wow. Okay, not a bad sprint race. I was hoping to get a little bit better of a result, but I will take the points, and honestly, quite the challenging race. We cut across the track again, but that does not matter. And the rain, it did not show up. Oh, wait. I lied. This is the final lap. Okay, no, we got one more shot here to get Novalak. I thought that was the final lap. I'm going to turn off that DRS early, see if we can just dive down the inside, cut him off. And get that power down. No, he's going to get the power down quicker than us again. Wheel spin out of turn 3. That leaves us exposed to Ollie Behrman. Now we've got to cover the inside. We do not want him going for that overtake down the inside of turn 4. I think we can handle him for the rest of the lap here. And it's looking like P5. Unfortunately, we were not able to get past Novalak. We couldn't get Novalak here. We might just have to ram it down the inside of the final corner if we can get close enough. Through the penultimate corner. Oh, okay, yeah, we're going for it. We're just gonna go for it. No. Oh, I cut across this track again. Okay, just go. We're giving that up. We cut across the track. I tried my best there. Oh my god. Oh my god, did we lose out to Behrman?
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, we almost lost out to Behrman. I think he just crossed the line right after us. We got driver of the day. I mean, P10 to P5 is not too bad, but we actually kind of got stuck in the traffic there. So good thing we're starting on pole for the feature race. But we are starting on pole position after a great qualifying. Sprint race though I'd say it was okay. A little bit less than what I expected, but that sprint race has gotten us to about a 71.5. We get a bunch of points for all the overtakes you made and all that, so we are on good pace to get to 73. I might have said 71. We're at 72 on our way to a 73 overall rating, starting in front of the 2 ARTs and Ollie Behrman, Daruvla as well. Some of the guys we caught up to I think, towards the end of the sprint race. We're going to be looking here to try and run away with it before we get in, or before the DRS gets activated, because the DRS here, very, very strong, especially going down to turn 3. So as we warm up our tires here, hopefully we can get them up to temperature. It's very hard to warm up the tires, I find, in this game. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. I know in F123 you're able to just crank the brake bias up and then just slam on the brakes. Doesn't really work in this game, I find. So we find ourselves getting to the grid with somewhat cold tires. The rears seem to be okay, but we're going to see. Maybe we can just burn them out here and warm them up a little bit more. But let's get on the grid, and that doesn't work at all. All right, here we go for the Austrian feature race. This time we got 5 red lights. This race is underway. We're a little late to the lights, but we're going to get a pretty decent getaway here. Victor Martins, I think, is going for Theo Pouchet through turn 1. We don't really have to worry about the traffic. Hopefully those guys back there are colliding into each other. Martins and Pouchet side by side, going down into turn 3. They might be able to close the gap a little bit as we approach the sharp right-hander. Ooh, a little bit of a late break. And now Pouchet is going to get a better run than us out of turn 3. And we're side by side going down to turn 4. Oh, crap. We're going to have to go around the outside of Pouchet. Oh, we go wide through turn 4. No! We get overtaken by Martins and Pouchet. We have a little bit of contact with Ollie Behrman. And we're down into P3 after the first few corners. And the tire just down at the temperature right now as we went wide through turn 4, a little bit wide through turn 6. So we gotta get these tires up to temperature. And hopefully we can catch up to Martins and Pouchet again. Less traffic to deal with than the sprint race, but these are the good drivers up front here. We're not dealing with those, you know, P10 guys who are just at the front of the grid because of the way that the sprint race rules work. Oh my goodness, and who is that? Martins locks up. Oh, everyone locking up into that corner, and we're able to get past him, but he's fighting back here. We're going to guard the inside. We are not letting him go down the inside. He can go around the outside all he wants, or at least try to. And Martins now fighting us, and we lock up again into turn 4. But we're able to stay out in front this time. Pouchet is starting to get away with it. 1.8 second lead. We're out of DRS range. And DRS will be activated on the next lap, so this might allow Pouchet to just run away with it. We're really going to have to chase him down if we want to get a win here. So we got a little bit of a problem here. We are out of range for DRS on Theo Pouchet. Victor Martins, though, does have DRS. We are locking up like crazy here. I just can't get the corners right now, as Martins is going to get a better exit than us. He's also going to grab that DRS. And we find ourselves in P3 once again, but we might fall down into P4 as Ollie Behrman now trying to rip it down the inside of turn 4. We're going wheel to wheel. We got to get the power down. He's just going to get a little bit more traction. I think we have a little bit of a higher downforce setup here. So all these guys are a lot faster than us just after the corner. The only place where it really helps us is this sector 3, where you need a little bit more downforce to get through it quickly. So let's see. We're going to close in on Behrman here. Probably will get past them, and they like to brake a lot. Oh, we are shoving Ollie Behrman, and we cut across the track again. And this time, we're not going to let up here, as we are in a drag race with Ollie Behrman down to turn 1. But yeah, he's just faster down the straights than we are. And there's not much I can do about it. So maybe we opted for a little bit too high of a downforce setup. And it is affecting our race pace. Now we're down at a P4 outside the podium places. Oh, look at that. We're going to go around the outside of Ollie Behrman. He tries to defend the inside. Put a little switcheroo on him. We're able to get past him and grab that DRS. We are within a second of Martins as well, so we will get DRS on him. Allow us to defend off Ollie Behrman a little bit more. And we are going to get DRS on Victor Martins here. Overtake him down to turn 1, similar to how we overtook Ollie Behrman. But are we going to get DRS into the next corner? I think we are. I think that was the DRS marker we just passed. We go side by side through turn 1. He gives us a little bit of a shove into turn 1. Almost shoved us to the outside. We're pushing him onto the grass, and somehow he's able to keep up with us, even though we have DRS. And I think we're going to get DRS again, and he brakes later than us. Down to turn 3. I saw him cut the track there. I saw that, but we're going to get a better exit than him. Anyways, and now we are racing down to turn 4. Ollie Behrman in the mix now as well. He gets shoved onto the grass by Victor Martins. And now we are cleanly into P2, but we don't have DRS, so I think we're just playing cat and mouse now, as Theo Pouchere, like I said early on, is starting to run away with it, as he's got a 4-second lead over the pack here. We're in the trenches. Theo Pouchere living in paradise right now. Can we catch up? We really need to get some good laps in. We need to break this DRS barrier if we want any hopes of catching Theo Pouchere, because that DRS is just causing us to go on defense, and we can't really focus on putting the laps that we need to catch up to him. So Mark is telling us to box slap, but I think we're going to extend it by 1 lap as we are closing in on Pouchere. I'm not sure if he's boxing, but we're going to stay out here. We're going to go for 1 more lap, I think, see if we can further that gap so he goes into the pits. And we're going to go for a push lap here. We're going to take the lead of this race for just a single lap, it looks like. Martins and Daruvla staying out as well. So maybe they're following me, trying to see if we can get a tire advantage, create a gap within our set of tires. And Theo Pouchere's, it will only be by 1 lap, but it could help us towards the end of the race as we push to try and go for a move. So we are going to pit here. Let's see if this is worth it. We were 3.8 seconds behind Pouchere when he dove into the pits. And now it is our turn. We're going to get a set of medium tires on, I believe. And then, oh, I was way too slow into the pits there, crap. But he was 2.8 seconds behind us, or in front of us, when we dove into the pits. And we'll see now if that pays off. Hopefully, at least, we're a little bit closer. I think some other drivers are coming to the pits as well. We're getting a pair of soft tires on, actually, not medium tires, so... Okay, let me out. Thank you very much. 4.2 seconds, and I see Pouchere there. And I think we might have lost time to him. I think we lost time to Pouchere. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think we lost a bunch of time to him. Where is he? 2.9, 2.6? Okay, so we didn't really lose or gain any time. We're 4 seconds behind him still, but our tires are a lap fresher, so maybe we can close in on him here within the next 10 laps. Oh, okay, so after a few laps here, we find ourselves on the march. We are 1.2 seconds behind Theo Pouchere. We are a lot quicker than him. And we have also created a gap to Victor Martins in P3's 5 seconds behind us as it currently stands. But it looks like it's going to be a 1v1 showdown between myself and Pouchere. We should be within striking distance in the next 2 laps, I would say. We're gaining about a second and a half on him every lap. So we should be in DRS range fairly soon. And then we'll see if we'll be able to hold it, because then it's just going to be a little bit of cat and mouse, probably, with Pouchere for the race win. Just when I thought I was out of it, we just put our head down and literally marched towards Theo Pouchere. And here we go, on to lap 17. Oh, a little bit wide there, whoopsies. But anyways, to lap 17, we're still going to find ourselves in DRS range of Pouchere after running wide. Might have actually been able to go for an overtake if we didn't run wide there, but maybe now down into turn 3 could be our chance. But we saw with Daruvla, I think, earlier on this weekend that our DRS is not as OP as we thought, because we do have a higher downforce setup, which is why we're so quick through Sector 3. We're going to play nice and cleanly here. We're not going to go for anything aggressive just yet. On Pouchere, we got him on raw pace, so we should be able to get past him very cleanly. Just gotta wait for the right opportunity there, as we got 3 laps left to go in this race. It's gonna be a monster drive by us. We fell down to P3 right at the start of the feature race, just at this turn there, turn 4, and we've been working our way back ever since, and we've now found ourselves right behind Theo Pouchere. Through Sector 3, you'll see here, the gap gets very, very close as we just have more downforce. We're able to put the power down through those high-speed corners, especially the final 2. But this is where we run into a little bit of a problem. There's not really space to overtake here, so we do have to kind of let off unless we want to get very aggressive go for the dive bomb into the final corner, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to wait until we get DRS here. Maybe just wait until the last moment to overtake him. We'll welcome a little bit of that drag, and I think he got across the line. Oh crap, I was looking at the braking point. No, we run wide, and Poucher is going to get past us once again. We are going to get DRS. I ran wide. I was looking out Theo Poucher. I missed the marker, and we end up going wide through turn 1, so now we got to do that again. But again, like I said, we got way better pace than Theo Poucher, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. We don't want to lose him. We will get DRS down to turn 4. Now we're just closely following him. 6 seconds now to Hauger and Martins, who are actually battling back there. There's like 4 of them, I think, or 3 of them, battling for that final podium spot. And then we're up here battling for the win. With Theo Poucher, we make a mistake. We're looking to make up for it. And we do as well have that tire advantage. Because we pitted a lap later than Poucher. So that could be helping us here. That is what could be making the difference. Our speed through sector 3 obviously I think is the largest contributor to this, but here we go again through the final 2 corners. We're just gonna get right on the back of Poucher here, and he goes slow through the final corner, and now we're gonna turn on that DRS. This time we're not gonna miss that braking point. We are gonna go for it here. Theo Poucher, is he gonna guard the inside or the outside? We're gonna go for a switcheroo, not mixing the braking point this time. Gotta go leave him space through turn 1, and then we're going to get DRS here, and hopefully we can run away with it now. Will he have the pace to catch up to us, or are we just going to run away with it on these final 2 laps of the race? He's not going to go for a dive bomb or anything. So now we just got to focus on trying to increase the grab on Poucher. If not, just playing defense. He will have DRS here, so I think he's going to fight back a little bit. We're going to guard the inside. Do not want him to go down the inside here. Late on the brakes. And then just etch him out towards the outside. And we're going to stay out in front. And then here through sector 3 is where we should really be able to gap him as we head towards the final lap. I think we are looking at back-to-back wins here. I'm pretty sure we won the last race. It's been a while since I recorded. But we did not win the sprint race. So we're not going to get maximum points here. P5 gave us 5 points. And then this feature race win here, if we can get it, will be good enough for 25 points. We also have that fastest lap as well. So here we go on to the final lap. Almost 1 second to Poucher. He will have DRS, so he'll probably close in by the time we get down to turn 3. And then probably a little bit of a battle down into turn 4. As we head through the first corner, Brad Benavides is out of the session. And Theo Poucher 7 tenths back now. He is closing in though. 6 tenths, 5.5. 5 tenths, 4 tenths. Yeah, so let's see. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, I don't think so, but here we go. This is what we've been waiting for here. Is Poucher going to get the run on us down into turn 4? We're going to guard the inside like we did last time. Poucher, here he comes. He's making a run at us. Down to turn 4, late on the brakes once again. Oh, crap, we're going to go wide here. Is he going to pass us? No, he's going to fall behind us, and he's not going to get that move done. Now we're just playing defense here, trying to defend this lead. Let's be as wide as possible. I think he hit the backside, or our backside, and I think we are going to be okay here for P1 in Austria after losing the lead of the race on the opening lap down at turn 4. We made our way back, put our head down after being behind Poucher by I think it was about 4 seconds after we came out of the pits. We clawed our way back. And we're going to cross the line now in P1, baby. Let's go. And then that fastest lap as well is going to put us at 26 points. We got 5 points on the race weekend, or sprint race, and then 2 points for the pole lap, putting us at a grand total of 33 points on the weekend, 13 points more than anyone else. We're not going to get driver of the day though, as we drove more of a recovery job in this one. Versus, you know, like the sprint races where we go from P10 to P5 or usually P10 to P1. We do get that additional point as well for the fastest lap, putting us at a grand total of 26 points for the feature race. We get 5 points in the sprint race and 2 points for getting pole position for a grand total of 33 points, 13 points more than anyone else, and that will further our lead. I think we got the championship locked up at this point. There's 4 or 5 races left in this F2 season. We are 91 points ahead of Frederick Vestiu, who hasn't had the greatest of weekends, and I think the last three. He comes in P7 overall in the weekend. He doesn't even finish in the points in the sprint race, and in the feature race finishes in P8, so he only got 4 points this weekend, it looks like. Or did he get more than that? No, he got 10 points. Actually, where did he finish in the sprint race? Oh, sorry, he finished P3 in the sprint race, so he does get 10 points, but we're able to increase the gap on him nonetheless. So I think we could say that this championship is pretty much locked up at this point. We approach 73 overall. We definitely will get there in the next race. But I think what I'm gonna do from this point out is, if not a lot happens in the next few races, I will just skip them, and instead of wasting the time editing them, we'll get to the better videos, unless the championship somehow becomes really close out of nowhere, just so we can get to F1 quicker. All the other YouTubers, they did not do the F2 season, or they did like a one video kind of thing. We decided to do the full 14 races, so if the races are boring, I will skip them, and then we'll go to the more entertaining races, or if the championship gets really close somehow, we will highlight those ones as well. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. As always, if you've watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys know when the rest of this F2 season comes out. That didn't really make sense, but anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.